Hi everyone, sorry this is the first upload in a little while. I had grand plans for what I was going to be doing over the past couple of weeks for this channel, but unfortunately life got very busy and term has now however finished, so I think I now have enough time to do the videos that I want to do for you guys. But I do realise that it's been quite a while, so sorry about that. With term drawing to a close, as is the case with every uni, you get the inevitable rush of extracurricular activities to finish off their big end of term project, whatever it may be. And because I do loads of music, that means I've had quite a few concerts. Most recently, last weekend, I had a fantastic concert with the University Chapel Choir, where we sang parts of Handel's Messiah, when we sang a piece by Kenneth Layton, and also the really famous Allegri's Miserere Mei. Now, we recorded it really, really well. Well, I was in charge of it, so I hope it was recorded really, really well. And once I've got all the resources together, hopefully a recording of one of those pieces, or a part of one of those pieces maybe, will go on this channel, because you seem to like the host that I put on before. And in terms of the other side of stuff which I do, which is a cappella singing, we had an a cappella ball, which is the first time it had ever been done, which was a sort of general societal get-together, and there were some awards given out, including this one. Apparently my camera doesn't want to focus on it, but it's the award for Best Newcomer in the Society. I've never had an actual trophy before. I've won certificates and stuff like that, and I've won the knowledge that I've won something, but I never actually won a physical thing. So I'm showing it off because I'm quite proud, you know? What I've been doing every day though has been working. I've been going into the office. It's kind of nice now. I'm into a routine of going into just an office 9 to 5 and doing my job, which at the moment is basically programming. So I can't remember how much I talked about in the last video, but essentially I've been writing programs in R, which is one computer language which is normally used for statistical applications, and I've been taking in some climate data, doing some analysis, and then outputting it to a process state. But it kind of sucks because it means that I will write a program which will run for, say, a week, but then whilst it's running I have to do other things. I can't just put it on and be like, well, that's doing my job for me. What's cool now though is that thanks to my supervisor, I'm in contact with a couple of people who wrote a paper in 2002 who used a computer model which they wrote of the atmosphere, and basically they demonstrated the point of my research, which is this idea that the stratosphere affects the troposphere. If you don't know what I'm talking about, by the way, I actually put up a whole video where I talk about my research. It's a talk, I will link to it on the screen right now and in the description below. And they wrote this computer model and published a paper on it, and it was all very nice. Well, my supervisor says, well, we're interested in that, but let's look at it from a slightly different angle. So they're going to give me their code for their computer program, and I'm going to delve in, fiddle with a few things, and then run it. And that's going to take a couple of weeks. In order to do that, though, I need to learn yet another programming language, which I think brings the total up to either 6 or 7. And in addition to all that work which is going on, I set myself targets for this year, for this academic year, where I sat down and I worked out where I was now and where I wanted to be at the end of the first year of my PhD. And it was all stuff like I want to have done some original research, I want to have either a publication in print or in preparation for being printed, I want to have gone to a conference, ideally I'd like to have presented a poster at a conference, and also improve my statistical skills and my programming skills. And I had a very definite set of criteria which I wanted to meet. And in doing that, I was researching which conferences are happening this year. And I'm going to Vienna next month, which is really cool. There's the European Geosciences Union, which is sort of all of the geoscience that happens in Europe. So that could be bathymetry, atmospheric science, earth scientists, tectonic activity, all that kind of stuff. And there's a big meeting every year, and this year it's in Vienna. So I'm going over there with the other guy who I'm doing a PhD with. My supervisor can't make it, and we're going to go, there's a whole day on troposphere-stratosphere coupling, and hopefully be able to spend a little bit of time in the city. So that is definitely going to be a video on this channel. There's no way in hell I'm not bringing my camera to that. So work's going well and singing's going well, and I suppose the other big aspect of my life at the moment is the campus cinema. I've talked a little bit about the campus cinema in the past. I mentioned when I've gone to see films and stuff, and it's like this amazing cinema which is completely student run. It's incredibly cheap. They put on really cool films. They do a program every term with all the, actually no, it's 2 programs a term with all the films in them. So this term we had, can you read that? Probably not, and now I can't see my face. But you know, in the second half of this term, they had Breakfast at Tiffany's, they had Citizen Kane, they had Silver Linings Playbook, Mandela, and the most fun of all was they had The Room. Anybody who knows what The Room is will know how awesome that is. And I bring Campus Cinema up because I love film, and I love this cinema, and it's unfortunately under threat because the cinema uses a 35mm projector. So that's when you think of old cinemas. I showed this in a previous video. When you think of old cinemas, they have these big old reels that they project through with like a big lamp behind. Whereas nowadays, big cinemas use digital projectors. And the Campus Cinema needs to buy one because they're just stopping the production of 35mm reels. And in order to do that, they need £30,000. So they're going on a big fundraiser, and hopefully I'm going to be making a video about that too, which not only will be raising awareness for the project, but it'll also give you a chance to see what kind of thing a student cinema is. I didn't even really realise that campuses had cinemas that weren't commercially owned when I applied to uni. So I think this is a really cool thing that Exeter has that I think more people should know about. You know what, I'm actually going to leave this there though, because I talk way too much in these videos, and they would get really long, and there's no reason for them to be that long. So I do, however, I'm making it longer. I do, however, want to raise a point, and that's that when I look back at my old videos, I realised that there were a lot more comments on them. You know, there were dozens, even hundreds of comments on some of my earlier vlogs, and I think it's because I don't engage with you, as in you, my audience, as much as I used to. So I want to ask you a question, I suppose, that I've been thinking about for a little while. I have a theory on, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want to influence your answer. Why do you subscribe to certain YouTube channels? Like, what physically makes you go, oh, yeah, I'm going to click subscribe? Is it a particular video? Is it the people who are on the channel? Is it themes that are present in the channel? I want to know what you guys think, and I think this should be really interesting. Next video, next vlog that I do, which hopefully won't be too long, we'll have a discussion about this. So leave your answers in the comments. Thanks for sticking around, and I will talk to you soon.